It's been so worth it. This is what it's all been for. Have you ever thought about life being like a journey? Every journey starts somewhere. Every story has a beginning. Like every human, your journey started when you were conceived and born. But what about the world we live in? What about the universe we're part of? Where did that journey start? When did that story begin? At this point, most people turn to science or philosophy to find the answers to these questions. Science is able to give us some answers about how the universe might have been formed, but these are based on only what we can see and observe in the world. In the same way, philosophy can also give us some answers to life's big questions, but these answers are limited. It's only what we can conceive in our minds and what seems reasonable to us. If we want to know for sure how the universe was created and why it came into being, we need information and evidence that comes from someone outside of our universe, someone who existed before it all started. We need to hear from our Creator. We need God to speak. The first book of the Bible is called Genesis, and in it we hear God's voice.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light.
The name Genesis means beginnings. In the first few chapters, God reveals himself to us as our Creator, and he paints an awe-inspiring picture of how he made the world. Throughout history, Christians have had different views on what processes were involved, the timings of events and so on. But one thing Christians have always agreed on is that God is the one who made the universe. If you look through the opening chapters of Genesis, God gives us an account of creation that is both useful and wonderful. It's useful because Genesis 1 actually gives us a form of evidence by which we can weigh up our various scientific and philosophical theories about the universe. And creation is wonderful because we see a good God creating a good world. God's design and intention for the world is that it's good. And humans? The high point of it all. Women and men were created to reflect God's image, to be a display of God in the world that he's made. And yet, just look around you, and it's easy to see that something has gone wrong. Look at this place. You can tell things aren't as they should be. You can almost imagine what this place used to look like. Massive trees forming a huge forest and wildlife running around. How beautiful it once was. But now, all you can see is a broken wasteland that is nothing like what this place used to be. We can imagine in our world today what humanity should have been like, but all we can see around us is a dirty reflection of how things once were. And it's interesting, in Genesis chapter 3, the account of Adam and Eve, we're given this reason for our brokenness: sin. Humanity doubted God's goodness, denied God's authority, and disobeyed God's good commands that were there to protect us.
To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, cursed is the ground because of you, for dust you are, and to dust you will return."
All through history, time and time again, Adam's rebellion and rejection of God has become our rebellion and rejection of God. So, why did God allow this to happen? Actually, in one sense, it was a merciful thing for God to do. If you think about it, God allows us to see what life is like without him while there's still a chance for us to change. I mean, just imagine if the story of the Bible ended at Genesis 3. Imagine that's the way things would have been for the rest of eternity. Imagine being stuck with the problem of sin without any way out, without any hope for a rescue. Sin and brokenness forever. Thankfully, the Bible is the story of how God fixes things. It's the story of how God brings us back to him, even when we're far off, and promises life with him in a new creation. And this new creation would be a perfect forever creation, without any brokenness or hurt or pain or rejection or death. But now, here in our broken state in this creation, God has been merciful and allowed us to see exactly what life is like without him. Why? So we would turn back to him and long for something better. I don't know about you, but if this place was my home, a ruined wasteland where everything good was destroyed and spoiled and broken, I would long for something better. Later on in the Bible, creation is described as a groaning woman giving birth. It's saying that the creation endures the pain now because it's longing for something better yet to come. And we're no different. We're longing for something better than this life of sickness and failure and pain and suffering and loneliness. Genesis is the start of a story that promises something better to come. It's the start of a story where God would use our brokenness to show just how powerful he is by fixing us. But not only that, he'd also use our brokenness to show just how loving he is. God chose to restore our relationship with him, even though we treated him worse than an enemy, and it cost him a lot. And that is what the rest of this story is all about. Every journey starts somewhere. Every story has a beginning. The journey of the universe starts with a good God creating a good world that is ruined by our rebellion. The story of the Bible begins with the beauty of God's creation, spoiled by the brokenness of humanity. But guess what? It's just the beginning. God's plan for this creation is designed to lead us towards something far better. Forever life being given to those who deserve forever death. So, how does your story fit in with this story? Where does your journey start? And where will it end?